Hello, and welcome back to another Pick a Card Lovers reading. In the description box below will be the timestamp, so feel free to go straight to your reading. I've also got the cards that I'm using and a link to my Facebook page. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, you can reach me there. Hey everyone, and welcome to your reading if you chose group number 1. As always, just going to jump straight in with the masculine. I have some oracle cards that I'll show you at the end. So this is a really steamy reading, I feel, starting straight out with the Magician and Knight of Wands. There's a lot cooking inside of the masculine at this time. I feel like this is very sexual energy, a lot of astral sexual connection. If for those in separation, I do feel a lot of people resonating with this group will be not very close in proximity, perhaps, for some. But there is definitely a lot of play happening here. I also see for the masculine, outside of the connection, he is really working on manifesting a new life. Like he's really thinking about some of the choices he's made and is making, and is shifting those choices. I do see a difference in the choices he's making, and he's noticing that keenly too. And it's all about choosing what's healthier or better for him. There's a lot of emphasis around self-love for the masculine right now. Like it's something he's taking quite seriously. Yeah. Also, we could be getting some hot and cold energy throughout the week from the masculine when we see the Knight of Wands as well. Like sometimes, because I do see that he's got a lot to in the background going on. For those that are that the masculine is in a relationship with somebody else at this time, it could indicate that there's some of that needs to be cleared up, and some of those choices might be around shifting that life of that connection if it's not working, obviously. But yeah, predominantly, I love how this came out too. In the heart space, we have the Queen of Wands. So the feminine could be a fire sign, not necessarily. It could also be just very powerful, very attractive, magnetic. Look at this. as always with the imagery here, I just love how this Magician is just like, I'm weaving you into my world. for those at distance, he's really wanting to, and he's like sending this. Yeah, it could be manipulative, but manipulative isn't always bad. Just sending these beautiful. So if the feminine has been in dance or in yoga or in something, in meditation, and has felt this energy descend upon you, or that could be a hint for you to go into dance or yoga and welcome that in. If you haven't felt that yet, I do feel that's available from the masculine to the feminine. A lot of astral energy. Ooh, really nice. So in the heart space now, that beautiful Queen of Wands, as we saw. Look at the color as well. Look at that. The light coming from source, sweeping behind the masculine and behind the feminine, just like engulfed in your own world at this time. Like, oh god, the goosebumps. Wow, guys. Okay. Wow. Jesus. So I just can't even get over the colours in these cards. Oh, it's so beautiful. And this is, can't even talk. I'm gonna have to pause the video and come back. I love it when they do that. I love it. So yeah, a lot of the masculine is quite overwhelmed with excitement. I'm just getting from that, and really looking at how much he's opening up to the feminine, and the just the sense of direction it gives him in those choices that he's making that are different. It feeds from this inspiration that comes from the feminine's fire that is burning bright right now. Okay, I've got to move on. It's too much. When I was pulling cards for the masculine, then jumped over to the feminine's cards, everything like lifted. It was a lot lighter and bubblier, and I was like, okay. It's a dramatic difference, right? So anyway, the masculine is viewing the feminine as just well, all encompassing in this beautiful astral world connection. Sorry, I cut myself out there. Yeah, really connecting in this way that, because the feminine is just stepping into her power, I feel, and really mastering her craft here with this Eight of Pentacles, like getting to her own work, tending to her own responsibilities, really grounding herself at this time, sending a lot of love, very excited. I feel like there's a lot of excitement going on for the feminine too, a lot of new opportunities. We'll get to that in a minute, but I feel like through this elevated feelings that may be coming through, or this heightened sexual connection, if that's how it's resonating, the feminine is also staying grounded and tending to the rest of her life as well. And she has her own cycles that have closed out, and is now embracing brand new cycles. This could be new work, new creative projects. There is some fantastic things for the feminine in her life outside of the connection and in the connection too. It is really nice energy this week. Woo! So, the masculine's most desire moving forward with the connection, we have Temperance, Ten of Pentacles. So really wanting to show up to this connection, but in a balanced way, wanting to show up, and like, because he's again that hot and cold. He's not wanting to be, because it's so explosive right now, and he wants to ground that. He's like, how do I, because there's so much energy just burning, and it's very hard to ground at this time. And I just feel like the masculine's trying to find a balance on something that's very just at the moment, and it's fun. It's definitely playful, but this is also for those masculines who are in connection with somebody else still, a relationship breakdown that may be happening. It could also be tending to those responsibilities, and yeah, there is. The masculine's got so much excitement for the feminine, but there's something else in his life that is heavy and needs ending or needs closing. It may not be another relationship. It could be work. It could be numerous life situations that the masculine is tending to. And that's reflected here in his next steps forward. 7 of Swords and the 10 of Wands. After such positive high vibe energy, we've got some heavier stuff, and this is just the masculine strategizing about how he can change his life and how he can shift the weight of the load so that, put things down, let things go, so that he can move forward with these new choices that he's really feeling called to make. Yeah, there's a lot of shifting going on for the masculine there. I'm just wondering, should I go to Oracle cards yet? No, I'll just wait. Okay, so the feminine's headspace, we have 9 of Cups and the Strength card. Some major wish fulfillment going on for the feminine here, and I do definitely feel like this is in connection to some of the new ways that are, or new, there's new energy sprouting within this connection. Something's come to life, or something's been ignited, and it's something the feminine's really wanted to see within the connection, and is starting to see that, and it's feeling really positive. In the heart space, so many cards came out, so I just took them. I mean, why wouldn't you? First of all, the Ace of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands. So this is, something new ignited, something new getting nurtured. I feel like this is both within the connection, right? And within the feminine's life and what she's creating, because there has been something finished up for the feminine recently, or is finishing. I do feel it's a closed chapter and there's a new one coming in, or has already. We've also got the Fool card, right? So we've got 3 fresh beginning energies here in the heart space. We do also have the 2 of Swords and the 6 of Wands coming out. So there's this sense of like uncertainty. How's it going to work out? Is this a risk for some feminine? Some new start that's upon you right now, maybe feeling like a risk, or uncharted territory, or just new, right? New. And there's a little bit of uncertainty about how that's going to pan out for you, but there will be total success. You know that in your heart space. There's success upon this connection. There's success in your own personal life, and getting that recognition for the work that you put in. There's so much new growth, abundance, fertility within the feminine's life right now, and that's beautiful. If you can't see that yet, you will this week. God, you have to be seeing it. Okay, so the feminine's viewing the masculine, and 10 of Swords, 7 of Cups. got a lot going on. We've got 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Wands, 10. We've got all the 10s here. We've got the World card here. This is definitely something getting put behind. And there's a myriad of options in front of the masculine in the ways that he can deal with this, and so many things he needs to attend to. So the feminine's seeing him do that, I guess. And so in those times when he is perhaps taking space or not as available, I feel like the feminine just knows he's dealing with something else, and to just focus on her journey. I do feel she's able to do that in a really grounded way at this time, especially with so much new exciting things coming in for the feminine. I mean, there's a lot of healthy ways that she can channel her energy without worrying too much about the masculine as he goes through his own shedding process, which does look to be a little uncomfortable. The feminine's most desire moving forward, the Knight of Cups, 10 of Cups, more romance, more connection, really wanting to just continue any of this fun stuff that I've been sensing at the very start of the reading. Really, that's been a huge wish fulfillment for the feminine with the 9 of Cups. We got the 10 of Cups in her desire moving forward. She just wants to keep feeling this huge emotional fulfillment that she feels with the masculine when she connects, and wants to steer her life towards more playful experiences, not just with the masculine but with life. Really wanting to make sure her life embodies as much play as possible, as much joy. I feel like the feminine in that last cycle that was closed out, whether it was a long time or just shortly ago, it's taught the feminine something quite huge about play and about being present, and it's just been a lot of self-development. In the most likely action for the feminine, 6 and 7 of Pentacles. So this is a natural progression of grounded work, of showing up with the connection, doing your best wherever you apply yourself, investing your energy into your projects, into your own self, into your life, into your relationships. This is beautiful, nurturing and abundant energy through the whole reading for the feminine. She is on fire this week. It's gorgeous. So the oracle cards for the masculine, we got go to sea. So the masculine might be going for a trip on a boat, or it could just be talking about going with the flow and allowing the journey of life to unfold, and not forcing things or pushing things, but just if something needs to fall away, let it fall away. And yeah, this is totally about embracing more pleasure and play. We have baby steps, action, follow your intuition before it makes sense. And this is about those decisions I feel that the masculine's been making, that are in a better alignment with the life he wants to create. So it's taking action based on that intuition. It may not be logic, it may be scary. It is like there's some heavy stuff to maneuver for the masculine to move through. And more talk of his choices, self-love. I do feel like that's not a message to the masculine, but just merely the energy he will be in this week, putting himself first, taking a bit of time out perhaps. And we have sexual union. Honor the place in one another where you are one eternal soul, for there you will find true bliss. More of that yummy energy from the masculine there, sexual union. The feminine's oracles, we have the fates, and this is about you can see a beautiful happy expression, and it's just holding on to that knowing. So you can see the star card in the tarot almost, and that's that sense of hope. So it's really holding on and knowing that these new beginnings and this life that's sprouting in your life, that this new growth that's sprouting in your life is meant for you. And more talk also about letting things fall away. This can also talk about some misalignment in some other relationships in your life, really noticing keenly where people aren't meeting you and fitting with you anymore, and sometimes that's a little hard to release, but it's just trusting and knowing that what's right for you will be for you, and what needs to fall away will and needs to as well. We have cosmic ancestor, seed the light by staying grounded. And so with all the, a lot of, like I've seen here a few times, with that excited energy and a lot of high vibe moments for the feminine this week, staying grounded. Again, not a message, but just what the energy you're in, you know, grounding that out, staying balanced, not floating away too far, but really still enjoying that astral place, and then coming back and yeah, a firm balance I see. Inner strength. I feel like this is in relation to some of those scenarios where, with the Fated card, because I do feel a sense of tension in some of the relationships for the feminine, perhaps, or at least one, and it's about staying kind, staying soft, staying gentle, remembering that everyone's on a different journey, and we don't need to align with everyone. Then that's okay. And for the feminine, we have a message for you. I'm thinking of you in this very moment. Your love fills me with light. I love you. The masculine really is sending the love to the feminine here, like constantly this week. It's beautiful. Open your hearts and feel that for each other. I just see a really grounded connection here this week. I see a lot of respect for personal space and holding space for each other while you go through separate things, but also coming together for some really beautiful connections, moments, juiciness. All right, I'm going to leave it there. See you next week. Hello, and welcome to your reading if you chose group number 2. And I'm jumping straight in. At the end, I will, I have some oracle cards for you as well, so stick around. Okay, so, alright, so there's a bit of tension or conflict or something within this connection at this time, this week. With the masculine's headspace, we have the Two of Swords and the Fool. And I do feel this is multi-layered, very much about the connection and about personal life, where there is huge decisions and change upon the masculine's life right now, coming upon the masculine's life. This is work perhaps related, or life direction related, and also with this connection there's uncertainty. Just a second. My son's toy car. Brum, brum. When I pulled one of the oracle cards, it made a sound by itself, and I kind of took that as a message, because the oracle card is fork in the road, and then it was like little, like as if it goes stop to drive off a different direction. So, you know, that was pretty cool. But anyway, so huge change in the masculine's life at this time, uncertainty about this connection and what's going to happen, and feeling a little bit fearful of what outcome might happen within the connection, because there is a distance between the two at this time. There's some sort of separation or disagreement that's happened, or the masculine's really wanting a new beginning with the feminine, really wanting to move past whatever's happened, and could be a little bit clingy in energy at this time, but just needs to surrender. Everything will work out how it's supposed to. In the heart space for the masculine, we have the Hanged Man and the Ten of Pentacles. So more indecision about huge life choices I'm seeing here, and sort of waiting before, you know, to gather all the information before a decision is made. If that's in regards to those who are making a work change or something like that, or a life change, this is also, you know, more of this stuck energy, and not sure about how to get this Ten of Pentacles outcome with the feminine, how to ground this connection into something stable and beautiful, where you can build upon a solid foundation and make and create things together. There's this huge desire in the heart space to make that happen, and the masculine's just sort of talking with his guides and just really going within to find a way to align with a prosperous outcome with the feminine. Like, it's I feel like it's troubling the masculine a bit at this time. If he feels like he's not making any progress, or he feels like things are just not working, and he has this huge desire to make them work. There's so much love for the feminine from the masculine. The way the masculine's viewing the feminine, 8 of Cups and 10 of Wands. So the feminine may be a little bit reserved, taking space, stepping back, maybe not communicating at all, feeling a little bit overwhelmed by the masculine. So if a masculine is listening, give her the space she needs. I feel like she's asking for space, to just trust that everything's okay. She is working through it. I'll get to the feminine shortly, but the masculine's viewing the feminine as a bit troubled by what's going on, and sort of just not really sort of taking her burden and leaving, whether it's the masculine brought the burden upon her or whatever. It's like not sharing with the masculine, not sharing how she's feeling, or there's this feeling of being shut out, I feel. So the masculine's more desire for the connection, of course, is the Page of Pentacles and the 4 of Wands, really wanting to manifest a beautiful new beginning, wanting healing within the connection, wanting to come back to joy, wanting to take the feminine on a date. I heard with this one, like wanting to take her to coffee or something. I did hear strongly when that came out, and then I saw this one dancing. So yeah, it kind of confirmed that energy of really wishing that if there was some sort of memory of a date as well, that could be the masculine could be reflecting, like I wish we could experience a bit of that again, or a bit of that sort of energy, wanting to also ground a connection here, like to make something happen, to come together in joy and love, and move away from the whatever it is that's come up to cause the distance. Now the masculine's most likely action, we have the Emperor, Justice, and the Empress. Wow. So the masculine is going to just give the feminine the space she needs. He's going to respect her choices and what she needs right now. He's going to treat the situation with as much balance and fairness as he possibly can. He's really trying to level up in his responses and in the way he handles situations, and make some just huge decisions in his life. I keep getting that the masculine's got, so if you're not aware of that right now, you're going to be soon, that there's some changes coming in. Yeah, the masculine is watching over the feminine at this time, and just, there is this sense of, there's no control, I guess, a little, no control, maybe, it's just, a little shut out at this time. I'll go Oracle cards last. So the feminine now, we have the Page of Swords, the 2 of Pentacles, 3 of Pentacles, so really, like, probably analysing, if the masculine sent certain messages, probably analysing each and every word that the masculine has sent through, like filtering through to find the truth, to find the cause and effect, just really, I feel, I just see the feminine going through a filing cabinet or something, like really doing her background work and really trying to figure out if this is right. Like there's a decision to be made here about, can I relax, and can we pull this together, can we work together, can we make this happen? She's deeply considering that. At this time I do feel not highly strung, but just maybe a little defensive or self-protective, or like analysing, just like if nothing's coming through without being filtered first. The feminine is on high alert, perhaps, of communication. I hope that makes sense. The feminine, this kind of speaks in imagery again with this beautiful deck we've got in the heart space, the King of Pentacles, 9 of Wands, the feminine with her guard up a bit, self-protection, wall is up, not wanting to connect, and the masculine's sort of just trying to be grounded and hold space and wait and be present, and I feel the ball is in the feminine's court here, even though he's holding the pentacle. I do feel like he's offered a pentacle up, and it's like, the ball is in your court when you're ready to be to receive me. I would love to go on a date, or if that applied, or catch up with you and have a good chat, clear the air. But the King of Pentacles is here in the feminine's heart space, regardless of the Nine of Wands. He's still here in the heart space, right? So in the way the feminine's viewing the masculine, a little bit stressed out, needing to take space, taking a step back. Probably, this can often be talking about nightmares or being up with a lot of thoughts, just continuously going around, really trying to figure this out. It's a little bit tense for the masculine. He really needs to surrender at this time, totally needs to let go, and trust, and just, that'll release some of that. I feel this grabby energy at the feminine, which is making her walls up even more, so the masculine definitely just release. With the most likely action from the feminine, 5 of Wands, the Moon, there may be more conflict coming up, more deep emotions and getting triggered, fears getting triggered, all sorts of things coming up, and needing to come up. The feminine, this is desire moving forward, actually. So I feel like the feminine's still holding on to things. Of course, I feel like that's appropriate, and that she's still sort of going through the mental process of her emotions, of her feelings, of the experience that's happened, and really wanting, with the World and the Death card, really wanting to close out these old emotions, these cycles of, like, I just get these big emotional drops sort of imagery. Things are going good, and then big drops, and the feminine wants to close that out, wants to elevate past that, if that was a cycle in the connection anyway. But either way, the feminine is wanting to take the time she needs to process, to reflect, to move through, transmute, release, all of that stuff. Just wanting the time to just close her bubble again, go in there, sort herself out. I see a lot of self-work. Sort of walls are up. I do see this world as a bubble of protection around the feminine at this time as well. Really wanting to see transformation within the masculine, but also, like, more interested in her own transformation too, focused on self. I'm hearing the word skeptic, so skeptical perhaps to any of the messages the masculine may be coming in at this time. More reason to give her space if she needs it. Don't get hung up on the gender, but feminine needs it. And most likely action. I do feel, as I looked at this 8 now with the Pentacles up here, like more of that bubble, just in her own bubble, mastering craft. You see these gorgeous different skill sets or tools or crafts that she's working on here, and really just focusing on self. But I also feel with the King of Pentacles in the heart space, and the desire, most likely action forward with the Queen of Pentacles, the feminine's also thinking about working on this connection. We have got that 3 of Pentacles in the headspace, so I feel the feminine is coming around just in her own time. She's got some things to work through within herself to feel good about this before she takes any steps forward, and I really respect where the feminine's coming from in regards to that. I like it. So moving on to the Oracle cards, we have for the masculine, that's the fork in the road, right? That the card did that sound. It wasn't on camera, but anyway, fork in the road, very much about huge changes coming in. It may be unexpected changes, and yeah, anyway, I was going to jump to the feminine's card because it's mirroring. Also, a lot of the cards here are quite mirroring, so can speak to twin flame energy. We have birthing creations, tapestry of life and expression for the masculine, and I do feel that's some change coming in regards to work or study or something like that, some sort of life change. There's new life wanting to be sprouted within the masculine's life, and it just needs more of his attention, nurturing, care, and to release what doesn't serve, release what isn't in front of you, release what you're not doing. I noticed just before on my recording 1, 2, 3, 4, it's the natural progression of things. It's just allow growth to grow, and allow, as autumn leaves fall, just allow. We have also transformation for the masculine, so more talk of change. I'm not sure if I showed this card already, phone cut out, but transformation, very much talking about the changes coming in for the masculine, and to embrace those changes and to truly focus on the transformation within self rather than the connection so much. And we have Only Time Will Tell from Romance Oracle, or Love Oracle. Yeah, Lover's Oracle, that one. All right, so the feminine has very similar. Masculine's fork in the road. The feminine has a change in the winds. More change coming to this connection, coming to your life as an individual as well. This can also be a card of sudden change that's unexpected. But I do feel like you're already sensing, changes and prepared somewhat. So we also have, you've got the love, Hadarian energy, codependency and boundaries, along with take control. So, if the feminine is feeling like the masculine is being a bit too pushy, demanding or expecting some sort of answer from you at this time, clearly to take the control back, to assert your boundaries, to do what you need to do to take your time. I do feel that's quite the message here, to just take the time you need. And with the Love Oracle, we have reflection. Give each other some space at the moment and trust and have faith that all will work out for the best. It's been the theme of this whole reading, hasn't it? So yes, things are tense right now. Yes, things are uncertain. There is so much new life sprouting as individuals. So just nurture your own lives as individuals and just trust that this will pass. This will pass, and there will be a reuniting, I feel. Perhaps that energy might come in towards the end of the week a bit more. I do feel more space is needed at this time, but things are shifting. Anyway, I'll leave it there. Thanks so much. I hope you found some resonance there, and I'll talk to you next week. Bye. Hi everyone who chose group number 3, and I'm going to jump straight in. I'll do the oracle cards at the end for you. This is a high vibe reading, I feel. Whoa. So we have, starting out in the masculine's headspace, hot passion. The Ace of Wands and the Four of Wands, really feeling a sexual connection with the feminine in the astral for those that are in separation. I do feel for some this is a connection that is not physically together, maybe living on different areas of the world or apart for whatever reason. Not everyone, some may be together, but really feeling the energetic connection at this time, feeling it in your energetic body. Wanting to celebrate, wanting to connect, really feeling there's so much connection and attraction coming from the masculine here. Not just for I was going to say not just for the feminine, totally just for the feminine, but I want to add in there's also other things for the masculine to be excited about in his life outside of that too, but the feminine is the forefront cause of this excitement. In the heart space, we have, I feel, a victory over something. Ten of Wands is come out in reverse, and it's, the masculine's put down some sort of heavy burden that blocked him from experiencing this pleasure, joy, and play. Whatever it is, it's put that down. And don't worry about that now. It's whatever it is done, put down. It's a blockage that used to be there. Maybe it was there last week, and it's worked through now. And the feminine's here in the heart space. A lot of there's a lot of talk here, energy here about what the masculine's creating in his own personal life. Whether that's, creative projects and hobbies or with work, there's a lot of new life. I'm seeing that actually, and once again, I'm at group 3 and I see the collective pattern here, and there is a lot of new life coming in, cycles being closed. I mean, when aren't we going through that? Especially as we approach a new moon. But, yeah, a lot of excitement for the feminine. The Empress in the heart space, the masculine's really connecting with her at this time. Viewing the feminine as the 8 of Pentacles, 3 of Cups, so gorgeous connection back, really celebrating with each other, but also focusing very much on her life. I feel like the feminine might be very busy with work or with life responsibilities, with what she's creating. Very in her power right now. Very attractive to all things. Very magnetic. If the feminine's perhaps manifesting aspects of her life, really pulling it in at this time. Oof, really powerful energy the feminine is sitting in here, and working just a lot of cooperation and coming together, and just this synchronicities and dancing together, and just it's really nice. Surprise, surprise, the masculine desire for the connection, the Lovers and the Two of Cups, right? Goodness me. So you wait till I get to the masculine's oracle cards. So we've got this beautiful soulmate connection, really feeling each other. I do get, again, 5D astral connection with the Lovers here. There's a lot here about that. So even if you're not in separation, just, not together for the day or something, really connecting still. The masculine's really wanting to connect in some very intimate ways. That's very much on his mind. All sorts of different exciting and new ways to find pleasure in each other and give pleasure to each other. That energy is quite alive this week. All right, so the masculines, what am I thinking? Desire moving forward. Oh no, most likely action. Where my head's at. Most likely action to hold on quite tightly and closely to this connection, and to tend to it as it needs. To stay it's like I just see this fixed position of the masculine. If there was something, like with the Ten of Wands reverse, if there was something that the masculine held onto a doubt or kept one foot off the floor or something, it's just like that foot is planted down now. And I just feel a lot more Four of Pentacles is very grounded energy, isn't it? That's the foundation being built, and building upon that foundation. It's the next steps. It's the masculine's wanting to take the next steps, and however they apply to your connection, is ready to hold on and just take the next steps. Then this is going to blow your mind, okay? The feminine's headspace, the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. The feminine's heart space, the Queen of Wands, the King of Wands. What the hell? So we have like two beautiful counterparts here. We have in the headspace, this grounded plans for the future, thinking about family, thinking about the practicalities, thinking about what you can make of this connection. Ooh. And in the heart space, really feeling into the magnetics and the spiritual aspects of the connection, the energetic connection, the astral. Woo. There's a lot of talk about being grounded in nature here as well. I feel like there might be a trip in nature on the cards for some of these connections here. The feminine wanting to plan that, or has been thinking about going somewhere together with the masculine. It might just be a day trip. It could just be astral, like a connection in that way. But I do feel like a lot of nature energy coming from here, and wanting to get into the outdoors with each other. The way the feminine's viewing the masculine, the Knight of Pentacles and Page of Cups. So perhaps coming in quite fresh and young energy. I'm feeling like a lot of bubbliness, excitedness, dreaminess, like getting ideas and sharing them, and just like really excited and uplifted energy from the masculine, but it grounded at the same time with this beautiful Knight of Pentacles. It's especially with we've got these huge pentacles here, 4 and 7 of Pentacles in the most likely action of the masculine. It does show that as much as he is excited about whatever new growth is happening and the experiences that are going on in the connection, he's also, not rushing, not pushing, just sort of just chipping away. It's just like, I just sense this happiness as you go to work, like just in the menial things of life, in all the little things, just with a smile and just chipping away, I just see like, I don't know why, but hi ho, it's off to work, and I see the little pickaxe, and it's like, that's, anyway, that might apply to someone. So in the feminine's desire for the connection. Ooh, the Star and the Ten of Pentacles, really wanting to ground this connection down, wanting to make it happen. We've got King and Queen of Pentacles in the headspace, really thinking about the logistics and what it would take to build something together if this is a newer connection, or what it would take to build upon what you already have if it's a longer connection. The Star holding that beautiful hope and really truly manifesting some great outcomes, manifesting the power for the feminine right now is just in this reading. It's an honor to read for you once again. I'm sure I've said that to you before. So the most likely action from the feminine, the Hierophant and the Two of Wands. There is change coming in. There is so much excitement. Again, look at this. The feminine is, I swear, some of the feminines here, or at least one of you, is planning a trip, wanting to go somewhere with the masculine. And we have the beautiful Hierophant, which is higher commitment. It's taking that next step, and it's also embodying some of those huger lessons of life, like the philosophies of relationship and how you want to apply those. Your philosophies of a newer love template, how you want to apply those. This can also be very traditional connection as well. So for those that aren't quite together but wanting to bring it into perhaps living together, that sort of traditional relationship energy, wanting to make those moves, wanting to plan the move in together stage, maybe happening for some people. And the masculine might be a little bit, he might have been a bit unsure about that, I'm getting, for someone who's that story was for, and that's since, he's all for it now. Everything's full steam ahead, but slow. The masculine I'm getting is slow moving on that, but has come to the party, for whoever that applies for. Anyway, off to the Oracle cards. I'm excited. There's so much pink in the masculine's Oracle cards, right? Exchanging gifts, and that is that beautiful give and take in connection. So I do feel that's very much the sharing and the coming togetherness of this connection, just enjoying that. Longing for home, homesick for the stars. So that's definitely for those that are sort of not together, in separation of some kind, really wanting to come back together, wanting to, they're excited about a trip to see each other if you're at a distance. But longing for home. Attraction, because the masculine is very attracted to the feminine, to life, attracting situations into his life that he needs to support his journey. And we have give thanks. Whoa. Give thanks for the blessings of love soon to come your way. Know that you deserve to be and have all that your heart truly desires. For the masculine. So yeah, come on, we got some beautiful gifts coming in for the masculine here. For the feminine, we have deep knowing, and this is really about trusting your intuition, and this is also about two hearts that truly know that they're meant to be together, and that it's that coming together. It's that deep knowing it's just so profound and so deep and so vast that there's no words to describe it. It just is, and it's huge, and we have portal, doors are opening, you decide, rewards, and wild card. So yeah, there's a hugely abundant opportunities coming in for the feminine. That just feel like there's such fertile energy. You can pull in whatever you want right now. This is quite the crossroads, but not in a dramatic, huge life change. Or not life changing, I don't feel, but more life evolving, or same thing, right? No, I feel like it's opportunities for more abundance or more blessings. I can, domino effect become life changing, but fertile times. Okay, strong manifesting energy for the feminine. We have manifesting miracles. So your dream is soon to become a reality. Trust your heart and continue to follow its guidance. And follow. And when I saw follow, I was like, okay, well, I know that's about just following that deeper knowing. You can't describe it sometimes. Sometimes there's no words for it, but this is just, you're manifesting your dreams. They're going to come to reality. Both masculine and feminine have gifts received, attracting, manifesting. So things are happening for this connection. I have the hugest goosebumps. This is going to be a great and powerful week, and I would love to hear how that turns out. So I'm going to leave it there, and I'll see you next week.